Welcome to Room Brothers. Today I'm going to show you a problem on the project that I'm currently working on called the 𝗀𝗁𝗁𝗍𝗍 project. The problem is a result of negligence which may happen to you too, especially if you are somebody who rides the motorcycles regularly. If you are somebody who rides the KTMs, Royal Enfields, Hondas, Yamahas right from 150cc all the way to the bigger cc, this video is going to be very helpful for you. The problem that I'm going to show you in this video, which is happening on this current project, is the perfect example of why I emphasize always that you guys need to understand your own machine and start working on your own machine, which is better any day given than trusting your own machine into the hands of a third party. So without further ado, let me show you the problem and then I'll explain you the solution. If you are somebody who is technically sound that have understood the problem from the video that I'm about to show, comment down below. But for the rest of those who don't understand but have faced the similar problems on your motorcycles, you will understand why this happens by the end of this video. So don't skip it and watch to the end. Today I'm going to show you a very important problem that most of the motorcycles don't pay attention to. As you can see, the vehicle is in moving condition and it's still reading the speed, but you see how it became zero, and yet the wheel is moving. Then it again comes back and it again becomes zero. Now let me talk why this happens. As you have seen in the video, as funny as it may seem, the problem is arising somewhere else. Let me explain to you. Too much accumulation of dirt and grime in the area of chain and sprocket is the result of this issue. Now, for those of you who are wondering how come these two areas are related to each other, because they are not next to each other. This is where you need to understand why I emphasize that you have to have certain knowledge about your own machine. All the moving parts combinedly working with each other results in an automobile that runs nicely and smoothly. Now let's get into the problem and let me explain to you reasons of why this failed. You see, because the chain is constantly revolving, the mud, dirt and all sorts of things gets collected here, and unfortunately or fortunately, this is where the speed sensor goes. Let me show it to you. This is where it goes. You can see there, this is the part. And the sensor is clogged and damaged, you can see. And this part is messed up because of all this. And there is a lot of moisture and dirt that has gone into this sensor, which has eventually resulted of the failure. Now let's discuss why this problem has arisen even in the first place. Upon closer inspection, when I see the scratches and the scuff marks on this part, I can clearly tell that the chain and sprocket has been poorly mentioned, maybe lubricated for 3000 to 4000 kilometers, or sometimes has not even been lubricated from one service until it reaches to the next service onto the showroom, which has resulted gradually this sensor picking up all the dirt and grime, and eventually it entered into the sensor. Now it can be the negligence of the owner, or maybe he doesn't have the knowledge of how to maintain it, or the mechanic who has done the service on the motorcycle from the authorized showroom, or else somewhere outside didn't clean it properly from service to service, which has eventually resulted in this problem and we replacing the speed sensor. Now, because this is a 150cc motorcycle, so replacing the speed sensor on such motorcycle doesn't cost you much. But what if this happens on bigger cc motorcycles where each and every sensor will probably go for thousands? And in this case specifically, the speed sensor on bigger motorcycles would cost you around 50-60,000 rupees. If you go for high-end super bikes, it may even go up to 80 to 90,000 rupees just for the sensor. Sensors on an automobile are designed by manufacturer to give accurate readings to the brain of the motorcycle so that the motorcycle runs smoothly. Now, if you don't take care of the sensors, because it's an electronic item, you can't repair it. You have to replace it completely. And that is where the negligence that you show towards the machine will come into picture, and you spending a lot of money and ending up with this explanation in your head that motorcycles are costly, or else this motorcycle is way out of my budget, I cannot handle it. The motorcycle is not out of your budget, it is your negligence or else it is your lack of maintenance that is making the motorcycle give you regular problems. So stop blaming it on the motorcycle and start learning this stuff. Now let's remove it and let's start cleaning this part.
Nice.
Now always remember this, when you are replacing the old one with the new one, make sure that it is exactly the same. So thoroughly check it all the way around, even at the couplers. So this is the exact same match, and what I have done with this one is I have used automotive tape at both the ends, so no amount of dirt or grime will enter into this sensor, making it future proof and happy for the miles that it is going to be munching. And I'm pretty excited as this project is coming along, and I can't wait to show you the complete project. When you watch the introduction of this jigsaw project and what I'm doing this for, you will clearly understand why I have chosen a 7-year-old motorcycle in 2024 and I'm trying to restore it, bringing it to 2024 standards. So I'll urge you, go and watch all the videos of this project on my channel Room Brothers. So let's get on with this thing. Now let me tell you something. The amount of care and gentleness that I have shown in this video can never be done by an outside mechanic or an authorized service center, simply because it's a business. End of the day, they have so many vehicles coming to them and they have to deliver it to the customer, so there is a time factor involved. Now this is the reason why I have come up with this channel, Room Brothers. It's to empower you so that you have the ultimate control on your machine rather than trusting it into the hands of somebody who you don't know at all. There is so much of interesting content that's going to come on this channel, which is purely related to automobile and automobile enthusiasts. And the vision here is to grow a strong and well-informed automotive community to the which you can be part and parcel of. So if you enjoyed, do subscribe and start engaging with the content and pass on to somebody who has the similar interests. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, ride hard, drive free, eat healthy, do good and live right. The mantra of Room Brothers.